Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another reading for Libra. This is the person most, or this reading is for the person most on your mind, Libra. I do thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe. Wow. For protecting me and keeping me safe. And we have the Three of Pentacles. So Libra, you are looking back at what you've done. Then there's the Queen of Cups, looking at what you are loyal to, where your loyalty lies, where their loyalty lies, the person most on your mind. The Six of Pentacles, reciprocity, wanting to do the right thing. Wanting to give back, feeling that again, this is the card that broke the deck open, the Three of Pentacles. So could be third parties that may have been involved, has come between you and is making you question your loyalty or the loyalty of the person most on your mind. We have the Page of Athemes, so learning something new, coming into new information. Maybe you've come into having a new understanding, or you're opening up to understanding what the person most on your mind is going through or has been through. There's a big change. Libra, you are either seeing what is to come, is as in your own intuition, you're waking up to that. You've got some news that's coming, or you've figured out something, you've understood something, or you've received some news that has now brought you to change the way you view your future, the way you are dealing with the person most on your mind. You're dealing with them differently, or you want to deal with them differently. It says the Eight of Wands here, showing for, let's see, Eight of Wands, the action that you need to take and the healing that will come from taking that action. Sorry about that. We have the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Cups, healing, and then the Seven of Wands. So it's standing in your integrity, wanting to make sure that you're not cheated. Libra, you're thinking you've been down that road, you want to heal that. Well, it's a spiritual journey when you have relationships that you experience cheating, and it's a rude awakening. It's a rude awakening, and we have to deal with that. We have to dig deep to deal with that. And saying I don't want to get into another relationship that I'm being cheated on, there's a lot of work involved in that, because it's connected to the past. And when I say the past, I don't just mean the past in this life. It's connected to the past lives and relationships that we've experienced in other lifetimes that bring us into this lifetime. And it's a question of correcting the mistakes that we may have made, or others may have made with us in previous lifetimes. And if we don't want to look so far back into previous lifetimes, just look back into this lifetime, into relationships where you may have been involved with people who have cheated. Let's see, the first card is, again, it's a 9-card spread, and I didn't even say I'm using the Green Witch Tarot by Ann Moura. And for the Oracle deck, I'm using the Green Witch's Oracle for the energy between you and the person most on your mind. And for the thoughts of the person most on your mind, it's the Lover's Oracle. Again, there's no author indicated on the packaging, so it's just called the Lover's Oracle. And I like that because it's, you know, out there. I thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me and keeping me safe. The second card is on your reaction to this situation, and the third card is for the reaction of the person most on your mind. And Libra, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares, but most of all for showing up. And the fourth card is Spirit's advice on how to deal with the situation between you. It looks like it's pretty clear because the cards are small. The fifth card is how you follow the advice of Spirit, and the sixth card is how they do. The seventh card is the potential outcome to this read. Again, nothing I say is written in stone. It's liable to change according to how you respond. And this would be how you respond, and this would be how they respond to potential outcome. Starting at the top of this read, we have the Knight of Cups. So, Libra, it's stepping forward, going after what you want. Now, it goes to say the same for the person most on your mind. They are doing what they want. They are stepping forward, going towards their dream, their desire. So could it be that you're going in different directions, that you need to go in different directions? Maybe what you want is not the same, but then you have the Two Cups here with our Queen of Cups. So you're very devoted, Libra, and you are moving towards the person most on your mind. You want to approach them. At least you want to make an effort to approach them. But there is fear. There is fear in this knight. He is not a king. He is a knight. He seems to be uncertain as to making that proposal. But because you are grounded in your emotions and you are following your instinct, you want to bring a relationship to a higher level. You want to step forward. If you don't, you still think you want to. If you don't take the action, you're thinking about it, or if you're feeling that you want to take that step. The High Priestess represents this card here. She is the Earth Mother. So, I'm sorry, not the High Priestess, the Empress. High Priestess is in the other reading. This is our Empress, where she is everything, your world, your greatest desire. She embodies that motherhood. She embodies the house, the home, the money, the legacy, everything. She provides for. She is open and willing and honest. And I say she because it is the feminine quality. If it is that this is representative of a masculine figure, where the person most on your mind is masculine, well, they are the nurturing type. They are the provider type. They want to provide. They are ready to provide. They're ready and willing, and they are open, and they are just waiting patiently for a proposal to come, or for your heart to allow them in, because they may be the one wanting to make that proposal. They may be wanting to come into or to approach you with a proposal. But you want to go in that direction. You want to have a commitment. You are very devoted, whereas they are very patient. So it's flowing to be that you are on the same page, being that it is two feminine entities reflecting here. Highly intuitive, both sides. Spirit's advice for this situation of going for what you want, or making a proposal, or overcoming the fear of approaching the person most on your mind with what you want to do, your ideas, your following your heart, your greatest desire. Spirit is saying to follow your destiny. Go with what you want. Follow your dream. Go that way. You're in the right path. No matter what you feel or what you do, it's going to lead you to your destiny. Whether you have the fear or the courage, it will bring you to your destiny. Spirit has given you that light, that green light to go ahead. Here we have the Knight of Wands. So we're going from the Queen of Cups to the Knight of Wands. So you are very, very much on the adventurous type side of things. You want to blaze that trail. You want to move forward with what you want to do. You're following your heart, and you're allowing Spirit to guide you because you're following your intuition. You're doing what you want, and you're aiming for your future. You're very willing. You're very, very excited about stepping forward. It's not that you have fear. The fear is in achieving the goal, is in not approaching, but what comes after the yes, I will. That's where the fear kicks in. You're not afraid to approach. You're not afraid to reach forward and offer or make the gesture to make that commitment happen. You're not afraid. You want to go in that direction. You want to do it for yourself more than anything. And they want that marriage to happen, or they want to end something. Again, it's the Ten of Pentacles, and because it's a general read, it's a little difficult to say, well, it is the ending of a relationship, or it is the culminating of a relationship where it goes to marriage. But because these two cards bring in the positive of both sides, where she really is home, that sense of home, that's foundation, wanting to go into marriage would be the automatic thought processing here. Spirit is saying to go for it, to go where you want to go. You're going to get what you want in the end. Both of you. You are looking at the independent side of things, and they are looking at how it can work together, because that's what she does. She's a provider. She builds that legacy. She shares within that legacy. She provides for. She wants the family. This is probably what the person on your mind is thinking, that they want to have that family. Again, she is to give birth. And some of you may be having a birth come in within the next 3 months. Family will be established. And here we have the Ace of Cups. So there is great love here. There is a new beginning. A child is going to come in for some of you. A marriage is going to happen for others of you. It is that sense of freedom, that sense of love. Again, the commitment is here. Being committed to that adventure, being committed to that sense of freedom is what you want. But then that self-love is where it starts. That's why Spirit is saying to follow your dream, follow what you want, follow your heart. If it is you want to make that proposal, follow and go get it. Make that offer, because there's going to be a new beginning. The potential is there in the final outcome. And here you have the Holy King. So this would be considered the Hermit. Your thoughts are in being alone, going off on your own, wanting to take an adventure, maybe a trip, to go alone, to think about things. to come back to where you were before. Again, we saw the six of coins. Here we have taking a different direction, going where your greatest desire will lead you, having that directional change where you want to go, but then you will come back. You want to have your sense of freedom, but you want to come back into a relationship. Again, the wisdom is here. You have the knowledge, you have that essence of, I know what is the right thing to do. And having that new beginning is where it will be the next step, the next phase. Changing the direction, following your heart, going with what you know you need, that seeing the light, being able to go the way Spirit is guiding you, because that's the I always say that with the Hermit, the 9 of Hermits. It's the Hermit card is just having that grace, having that wisdom, knowing which way is best, and really knowing deep down inside. Having had the reflection or taken the time to reflect brings you to that peace of mind, because here you have that sense of peace, that sense of love, that I'm open, I'm willing, I'm able. But that's where you are here. It just confirms that no matter which way you go, you will come back to what is that you love and have that commitment. They are concerned with the trust factor, as they're not sure if they can trust. They've worked hard and they're still working hard. Again, directional change for them. And then we see the witch with what we call the magician here, being able to manipulate and change the direction, changing of the mind, even having the ability to reflect on what is family and not being able to trust what is family. Not sure if they can trust the love, because you have that sense of going on your own and being on your own. They're not sure if you want to be with them, but they are manifesting. Again, justice, it will find its way here. Justice will come in. And the 5 of Wands brings in a communication that needs to happen. Whereas where it is that you are all alone, they are doing extra work. They're working extra hard to bring in that sense of belonging, that sense of love, and wanting to have an offer, wanting to present an offer. They're worried that you may not accept because of your sense of independence. But they're on the fence as much as you would be on the fence. But you have the upper hand, you're on the higher ground because of the Hermit. Whereas the 9 of Wands they're exhausted. They're tired. They've been working hard. They've been doing a lot to build a legacy. They're probably working for themselves in some cases. They're self-employed and they're counting on their own efforts to build a future. Again, working for others too, doing the work of others is reflected in this card, wherein that they're taking on too much. They feel that they have to do extra work in order to win you over, because they are provider. That sense of bringing in a commitment, they feel that they don't have enough. They're worried about making a proposal if it is that they don't have enough. They're trying to manipulate more work, manifest more, to bring in more. Again, it's karmic justice that they go through this mindset of being worried, not having enough, or doing extra, or feeling that they have to, or just taking on more than they should to prove their love, feeling that they owe that. Here we have the Eight of Cups. So again, it's fear of leaving or fear of having left. Again, we're talking about those relationships where they've experienced being cheated on or having cheated. They're worried about having to do more work than needed because of the experience of having had third-party situations within relationships. Again, reconciliation, Six of Pentacles, wanting to come back with the Eight of Cups to see that we can have a relationship, wanting to reconcile and come back into the family. They're working really, really hard because they have that love. And then the Four of Cups makes the Five. So coming back to the Six of Pentacles where we started off, having that conversation and really bringing things back into the balance is what they are really worried that they can or cannot accomplish. You, on the other hand, feel that sense of I can be on my own, I'm doing my own, I'm taking care of me, I'm keeping my cup to myself, but I'm willing to go into a relationship. Maybe I change and I go with them if they prove to me that this is what they really want. Again, third-party situations have affected you both. Let's see the energy between you. What is the energy between Libra and the person most on their mind? I'm sorry if my voice is low. I've had vocal issues this past weeks. Here we see the Sage card. I peeked at the bottom of the deck. Let's see what we saw. Coming out of the fog, that obscurity, feeling lost. Yeah, again, the worry. The Sage is a healing, purification. Again, the wisdom, reflecting here. The Hermit, knowing what is the right thing to do. Spirit is saying that you are following the right path. To keep focus on what you really want. Follow your dreams. And love will come in the end. Having that sense of harmony, bringing in the peace of mind. It'll bring them to peace of mind. If you follow your dreams and be honest and speak to them about what you really want. Let's see what the Sage card brings us. Is it here? And the S's. No, it's not listed alphabetically. Okay. Let's see. Sage is 35. Okay, so wisdom, purification, harmony. The meaning of this card is in that Sage is a wise herb. It reassures you that you are grounded and stable, and that the wisdom you need is easily accessible if you look in the right place. The Sage card reminds you that insight can appear from unlikely sources. Being in harmony with your environment allows you to receive messages and act on them more easily than if you are living in discord. Listening can bring balance, and purification can remove obstacles that further cloud that exchange of information and communication. Remember that what may not make sense right now might fall into place later. Don't be so quick to dismiss advice that doesn't make sense immediately. Remain open and wisdom will come to you. Just like we see here, she is open and she follows her intuition, and then wisdom comes in the end. The reflection here between you is how can you help to facilitate the communication of wisdom from your surroundings? Again, it is in being able to have that conversation with them about what you really want. And Spirit is saying to follow that path. All right, let's see the thoughts of the person most on your mind for Virgo. I'm saying Virgo, Libra. Maybe you're dealing with a Virgo, because she could be Virgo. You could have Virgo in your chart. You could have Scorpio in your chart. Pisces too. Cancer. We have a little bit of everything, yeah? To be honest. It's not just one sign that we follow. What are the thoughts? Beginnings. Look at that. It's with the cup. Try again. New direction. New direction. Starting over. They're working hard at having a real relationship, a solid relationship, one without third parties, feeling trapped. That's where they're not trusting something, where they had to do all the work, or they're doing a lot of work, or they feel that they're doing too much, or that you will be feeling tied down because you have the Knight of Wands on your side, where they have the sense of stability and home, feeling at home, wanting to be at home. Some of them are thinking, person most on your mind, that they're cursed, that they have to work so hard, that they have to do more than their share, that every relationship that they have starts off amazing and then it turns into a divorce or breakup because the person that they're with wants their independence. They don't want to stick around. They're feeling like they have to work too hard to keep a relationship. Or that you may be feeling cursed by getting into relationships that go awry. They're thinking that you are twin flames, mirroring shared feelings, wanting to go for what they really want, and finding that you are part of that. Having had history, again, going back into history, past lives even. And then we see here silence between you, or they're thinking that you're being silent because you're not talking, you're gone into seclusion, or you are giving that impression. You think on your own, you don't share your thoughts with them, or they don't want to share their thoughts. They're thinking they want to stay quiet, or they can't speak, or that they've been stonewalled. They're worried that your silence is a blockage to having a relationship. On that note, Libra, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until our next read, love and light.